brought the steel stretcher, right?
This week on Heart of Oak.
Do you know what your 7 Ps are?
7 Ps?
Yeah.
No. Got it.
I'm Lizzie.
And I'm PJ.
And we're Oak Development and Design.
She's jazzing this up for the camera. We tear down and rebuild houses.
Instant house. Crushed it.
Work is my gym there, Cab.
From spec homes to custom renovations and design, it looks great.
We save what we can.
Rebuild what we can't.
I love this stuff.
I think that guy has issues, man.
I'm so much better at this than they are.
I love it.
Stop. I've had enough of you too.
And we do it all here in New England, where we call home. We don't just flip houses.
We create homes. Heart of Oak is brought to you by
Timberland Pro. Always do, never done.
Cam Appliances and Thermador. Make your next appliance a Cam appliance.
Mid-Cape Home Centers, serving building professionals for 125 years. The Hope Project has got very interesting. So, you know, I've said to you guys a lot that I don't love to put interior walls up because you can always have changes, and if the walls aren't up yet, it makes it much easier to kind of like visualize everything by marking it on the floor and then making changes if we need to. And this house is pre-sold, as we've talked about, and we had a walkthrough with the client the other day, and they throw a complete curveball at us. They want us to move the master suite from the front of the house to the back of the house. And it's a valid request because the views out of the back are beautiful on that 1.7 acre lot. It's a much better use of space by flipping it. We came up with a final layout that we were happy with. Our framer is now happy because we have some decisions. So hopefully those guys will get those walls up quick before anyone changes their mind again. All right, so every single wall was moved, and now we have some walls to look at. So I thought Jared and I would take a walk through, double check some stuff, talk about the status of things. So,
Well, it's one thing to make all the changes in our minds, visually, with our hands, and then another thing to see them, right?
So this opening looks like a big, wide kind of opening to the right side, but it's because half of this ends up being a pocket door. So the pocket door has been set. This room is all set for our washer and dryer units. This shower in the master bath, we feel is a little too small. So we're gonna bump it
Well, that's
out.
only because you've added body sprays, rain shower, handheld, regular shower.
And a steam unit.
And a steam unit.
Yeah, so we're gonna bump this out a little bit to give us some more real estate. But you know, that sacrifices this wall in here, so we're trying to figure out. I envision just the bump out over to the wall.
Okay.
So then we'll walk into the master, which is where Lizzie was very opinionated. We've got another pocket door here, which is why we have the big opening out to our closet. We close that window up purely so that we can get more shelving and utilize that wall, because we really didn't need 2 windows in a closet. And then another pocket door here. This is like a pocket door nightmare. So we've got another pocket door here.
Just steaming right now.
Okay, so then we have our 45-degree angle leading into our master bedroom area, which originally we were kind of hesitant on this angle and whether it was gonna look good, but actually I like the way it flows now.
Totally. I mean, now that the walls are actually up, you can really see it, and it looks much better than when it was just sticks on the ground.
Absolutely. And then, you know, it was a major oversight putting the bedroom in the front. My fault. I didn't even think about it. It was just we took a design that we had and kind of morphed it and used it here. And so now instead of looking at a telephone pole in the front yard, we're looking at 1.7 acres, which is going to be all grass and nice and beautiful.
It's much nicer than the neighbors in the telephone pole.
It's true. So we're at the Hope Road project today, and we've made huge jump in progress. We've got all the windows in. We have one more we're about to put in. It was the final window. I was kind of making a final decision on height and made that decision. So we're gonna put that in today. We're gonna check in with the plumbers. They have a couple questions about silcox and some of the rough plumbing. Those guys are cranking away. They've got the PVC going. They've got the water lines going. Later this week, we'll have the trim going up on all the windows. We'll have the trim on the front porch going in. That way we could start siding the end of the week so that Jim, our electrician, could start, because technically by building code, we're not allowed to have any wires run in this place until siding is about 2/3 done. So crank it along. The original goal was December 1st for a move-in date, but I actually think I can push it up a little bit. If I drive everybody absolutely crazy, we might get them in here before Thanksgiving. This is a good example of, like, sometimes you gotta wait to see things in place. So with this window, we needed to see where the landscape, we needed to see where the stairs ended up inside in relation to the roof and the window placement, right? So if you put the window where it is on the plan, it's clearly too high. So now I have him adjusting the rough opening inside so that we can bring it down a little bit. It's not gonna be the same height as the other windows, because if I did that, then the window would be at my knees when I'm on the landing inside, which makes no sense. So we're trying to split the difference and come up with a happy medium. First step, we're gonna cut the plywood out now that we've got a rough opening kind of framed out here and we're happy with the height. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, and then we're gonna start prepping the window for installation. Hello. One thing that Jara has brought to the equation here is a piece of clap on the base. So the whole point is that if any water does get in here after we flash, the water will pitch away. Okay, so a couple things happening here. Number one, we're using butyl tape. The reason we're using butyl tape instead of a product like zip tape, right, is that butyl tape does not void the warranty. So a lot of window manufacturers, including Pella, won't warranty their window if you use something like a zip tape. You need to use a butyl tape, and the reason is the product that butyl is made of does not eat away at the flanges. So our goal is, when we put this in, that everything is sealed off so that if water does get behind, it can actually flow out and over the paper. So we're taking our house wrap and we're wrapping it around the inside edge over our flanges on the bottom. And this is actually kind of silly because we have a roof over this, but
You still gotta flash it, right?
still gotta flash it in. This stuff is very sticky. So we got the middle down.
I'm happy that.
Work your way over and all.
I feel exceptionally short down here right now, more than usual.
Okay, so we've got our cedar clap down to create pitch. We have our house wrap wrapped into the window, and we got our flashing butyl tape on the base of it. Now we're gonna put the window in, flash around the outside. No leaks is the goal here. Silicone's on, we're ready for the window.
Make sure you put it in the right way, too.
We got it plumbed to where we're happy. All right, so we're happy with how it's operating, so I'm gonna nail it off and then we're gonna flash it in. All the way down. Better? Better?
That's perfection, sir. Do you know what your 7 Ps are?
7 Ps?
Yeah.
No.
Prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Oh, I like that. So now I'm gonna throw the headpiece on and we're gonna overlap these. You wanna think like a raindrop. So if the water hits this one, you want it to wrap around and hit this one and go straight down. So now we get our top, we get our sides. We're gonna fold our paper down and then we're gonna flash the top. So now again, this is a little redundant what we're doing here, but this is the second piece over the top just to ensure that we are in fact getting a complete seal on the top of this window. So there you have it. We have our Pella window installed properly with flashing, and now we have the window in the proper depth. I'm glad we waited to get it done. We can move on.
Go. Ooh, out of the way, guys.
Well, we successfully got Ernie into Pioneer today and flew him in from Florida to the coldest day we've had so far, which does not make him very happy. But as you see, we're back at the house at Pioneer where the Dropkick Murphys completely destroyed the inside of the house. I was just checking in with the demo guys, and you really can't tell where they stopped and where the demo guys have started. So just kind of like getting things rolling here, which is great. This is gonna be a fast job, so we're trying to keep it moving as quick as possible. So far, we are off to a good start. So these guys are here today doing some demo. We just closed on it, and the plan for this is to actually make it a really nice house. It's a small house. This is not your typical oak house. Typically, our houses are a little bigger. We're gonna start sprinkling projects like this in to help with cash flow. So as we're doing these big projects, now we're gonna start doing quick 2-3 month projects that we can turn and fuel the business with some cash. We're gutting half the house. We're putting all new bathrooms, all new kitchen, redoing the basement, putting a new septic in, taking 4 trees down. We're doing a ton of work. It's gonna be 2,300 square feet, 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. What's up?
Hey, well, just plant bushes.
We got Ernie here, clearly. Already at work. We flew him in yesterday, straight to work.
It's cold up here.
Yeah, it's really cold today. I called Hanson Tree. They're gonna come and lob that thing at the top at some point.
All right.
We realized today that this giant pine tree over here is right where the leach pit has to go for the septic. So Ernie's in to do the septic and to kind of get the lot figured out over the next couple days. But that tree is right in the middle of the leach field, and Ernie wanted to push it over, and I said no. Because he will hit the house. So.
No, I won't. Might hit the fence.
I don't know. That's like 72 feet. I think I'm all set.
No way, guys.
So this will be a, with the bottom level, about 2,200 square feet, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, and Liberty Pole. Stay tuned. So what you're telling me is that this piece is wrong.
Yeah.
Jared called me about 5 minutes ago. I was trying to get here in time to shoot the drone with the crane and the steel. And clearly I'm late because they got here early. But then on top of that, apparently the steel is wrong, which is a complete pain in the, because as we know, you can't just cut steel, right? So I don't really know what's going on, but I know that it could be an expensive F up.
Morning.
What the hell is going on?
So you brought the steel stretcher, right?
The steel stretcher?
Yeah. No? So what
Well,
happened?
you put that one in.
Yeah.
Isn't there one here?
There's no post here, so that we have the header sitting on the ground there.
Oh, there,
The
okay.
guys took it off. We have to bring it up a little bit. There seems to have been a bit of an error in communication. I figured everything out heights-wise off the plans. And then once we started building the walls, I did an infield measurement, met with Mike, framer, and we went over heights, and he had me reduce the height of the post.
This post.
This post.
For
And,
what reason?
just that the height of the walls weren't exact with the plans, which was more of a framing thing. The studs come at a certain length, whatever.
Yeah.
So we reduced the height of the steel, but now it turns out, once we had it all on site, I need to add that piece back in. So literally, a day ago, I went out to our fabricator. I had him cut the post down.
So what you're telling me is that this piece is wrong,
This, yeah.
and now we're paying by the hour for that thing to be doing nothing? Yeah, your post is short, just like you. So if we put the steel beam in right now, because that post is 1 1/8 inches too low, we would see a bump in the ceiling and the steel wouldn't be up in the ceiling, right? And we don't want that.
So this is a great example of when the drawings come to life, and if there's any sort of discrepancy, things don't add up, which is what's happening here.
Got it.
The drawing doesn't quite match what was built in the field.
Well,
So I'm sure a lot of guys watching can relate to this. The guys, fabricators, the steel guys deal with this all the time. They're like, we're just rolling with the punches here. I mean, 48 hours ago, it was the exact right height.
yeah. But it's not. Oh well. It's just money. Coming together quickly here. And there's our resident Australian.
You're supposed to take your shoes off?
I don't know, I didn't.
That tub
Oh,
is-
this
is that
tub is
small?
amazing.
It's kind of small.
Look, I'd be fully covered.
No, this is weird.
No, it's not. No, you have
No.
to.
It's awkward.
It's not awkward.
You like that?
See if it's warm. It is warm.
You have pants on.
Here, sit on it. It's warm.
Oh, it is.
It's warm.
It's really warm.
This is kind of similar to what we did in Hope, but I like this a lot. Do we want to see if Marlene can swing over and
I
start
definitely
chatting
think
with
that
Marlene?
She's probably the person to ask.
She knows way more than we do.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
We need
Master.
the master, the kitchen, the tub fill for the master,
Okay.
Powder room, and basement bath.
Obviously, this first quote's going to have a lot of stuff on it, and we're going to
That's sort of
swap.
how it works. You put a lot
Yeah.
of things in
Yeah.
the cart, and then
Yeah,
you just
right.
take out what you don't.
You're like the local Amazon.
Yeah.
That was easy. This place is great. And it's like 2 seconds from our house.
Super convenient.
I think I crushed it for my first template. What do you think?
Hey, it looks like a template.
Over at P Street in Hull, and clearly Whitewood Kitchens was here the other day. They dropped off the cabinets. Frankie's gonna work on that tomorrow because it's gonna be rainy tomorrow. So we're gonna get those in. Countertop is getting templated on Friday. So it's Tuesday, and we were expecting countertops Friday. We were actually expecting them 2 weeks ago. Then we got pushed to last week. Then we got pushed to this Wednesday. And things kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So got into a little argument with him this morning about timelines. And as a result, we have moved on. And now we're gonna scramble, template them ourselves, which I've never done. And I'm gonna run to Cape Cod, give the template to Graham, and he's gonna cut something he has in his yard, and we're just gonna make it work. So in the meantime, Jared's gonna teach me how to template.
Your template you want to have tight with your cabinets so you know exactly what you're working with, the relationship between the wall and the face of the cabinets, and then mark on your template what you want from that point. That way there's no kind of guesswork.
Got it.
There's a set point and a measurement.
We cut our luan into strips. I got an 8-foot sheet of this, 4x8, cut it into strips. And now what I'm doing is creating a perimeter out of them. So I gotta cut this. I mean, let's be honest, I've seen this done 6,000 times, so I do know what I'm doing. I just have never physically done it myself. So it's kind of cool to do it. So you'll notice right here, I kept it just shy of the cabinet on purpose. So it gives me a little bit of wiggle room with the appliance. Now I put this piece in to give me some structure so that when I'm carrying this thing around, it doesn't get messed up. Dishwasher.
I'm busy uncovering return air ducts that we buried. It's like a treasure hunt over here.
Hey, should I put anything else on this? Come take a look.
In case this comes apart, mark it so you can get it back together.
Like this?
Yeah, like, and then, you know, give yourself like a...
Now we have Luan strips made for the next time we have to do this.
I was gonna say, do we just go ahead and do this next time?
I think so. It saves Graham a trip up here.
Why don't we just set up a booth in your barn, you know? Cut station is,
We
you
should
know.
just start like processing our own stone in my barn.
Why not?
Maybe.
We do everything else.
Oh yeah, look at that. I went to Oakley's nail salon yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I did. She goes, Dad, can I do your nails? Like, you know what? Absolutely.
Is there anything that you wouldn't do?
Anything that I wouldn't do?
We've played electrician, plumber,
It's a great question.
tile guy, window install, a carpenter.
I mean, honestly, no. I'm kind of in the mindset that anything is achievable if you just try it. Let's be honest, it's not rocket science. It's all about knowing the craft
Yeah.
and the tricks.
I will say, having kind of delved into every aspect of building and, you know, really got a taste for everything, it really does give you appreciation for the real craftsmen
It does.
in our
for
certain
sure.
fields. Like, for example, the countertop guys.
So I think I just need to label this. So all 3 templates are done. We got our small one next to the stove. We have our big L with the sink. And we've got the island. Everything's marked out. The holes that we need to drill are marked out. The overhang is marked out. I think I crushed it for my first template. What do you think?
Hey, it looks like a template.
Looks like a template. So now I gotta stop home, get the sink, and get it to Graham as quick as possible.
You're running down there now.
Right now. Child labor here at Oak Development.
Got him young. Next generation.